Before we get this video underway, this video is sponsored by Adam and Eve. You can use code HONEST for 50% off one item plus free shipping in the US and Canada. Some exclusions may apply. 20% of their profit goes to fight the spread of HIV around the world, and they have 24/7 customer service and a no hassle return. So go pleasure yourselves and your lovers, you freaks, but after you get done watching this video, of course. Camila Cabello had an explosive breakthrough with her self-titled debut album in 2018 that featured hits like Havana, Never Be the Same, and Real Friends. Camila was a solid debut. It showed that she wasn't a one-trick pony and that she does have true star potential, even if that potential remains within the radio-friendly realm. I feel like her debut album was a made-for-radio album, meaning almost every song on it could be a single if it wanted to. The songs were easily digestible, catchy, and filled with universal themes. I will say her sound is more distinctive to her though. Obviously, it isn't the most groundbreaking or experimental sound, and it doesn't have to be. When you hear Camila Cabello's song, you know it's her, because of her high-pitched vocals and tendency to incorporate Latin elements into her music. Camila was an obvious attempt to establish her landing in the pop world, and it worked. After the release of this album, she became a pop starlet in her own right. Although she had quite a fantastic landing, I'm not sure that she's exactly found her footing as an artist yet. Leading up to the release of her second album, Romance, she achieved a massive hit alongside peer and boyfriend Shawn Mendes, titled Senorita. Senorita was a perfect pop song for Camila. It fit the sound she had already established for herself, acoustics and Latin pop. If any song would be as big as Havana, it was going to be this one. It's catchy with undeniably infectious melodies and equipped with another young pop star, Shawn Mendes. It was an international hit and a recipe for success. Soon after she announced her second album, Romance, which I think was a nice concept considering the success of Senorita and how perfect a song like that would fit on an album titled Romance, plus she was in a very public relationship with Shawn Mendes. So I was quite sure that the album concept and title would draw in public interest. However, as soon as she began the rollout for this album, it went downhill. Camila has a tradition of releasing two singles at the same time, which I'm sure eager fans are always excited for, but I don't think you can necessarily say the same for general listeners. It's just too much going on. I support artists having artistic freedom and releasing how they want, but the singles with the album felt a little miscellaneous, and they were released pretty close to each other. Liar and Shameless were released on the same day, Cry For Me and Easy were released a few days apart from each other, and one single that did appear to stick outside of Senorita was My Oh My, a single alongside DaBaby, which is essentially a Havana remake. It went on to peak at number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Aside from the singles, a lot of things affected this album. Camila's racist past and use of a racial slur resurfaced, the album leaked, and there were also allegations of her copying Halsey, Marina and the Diamonds, and Madonna. Now whether she copied those artists or not is up for debate. Some of the aesthetics are minuscule that many people have done before and are really distinctive to one artist. Other times you could tell that she was wearing her influences quite boldly. It just felt like she's still finding herself as an artist, because listening to the album, I wouldn't say that this is a stronger effort than her debut. It's not terrible or unlistenable, it's just okay. One of the main problems I have with this album sonically is the overproduction and excessive autotune. It is so annoying. Camila already has an extremely high-pitched voice, so its slatter and autotune can be a major annoyance. I've seen clips of her performing live. I know she can sing, so I don't understand why it was so overdone. Now obviously most artists are going to use a little vocal tuning, it's normal and an industry standard at this point, but Camila's autotune is overbearing at times, and when it is overbearing, it's not used for artistic effect or to add something to the song. It's just used on her vocals in general, and it takes away from the listening experiences and messages she's trying to convey with the songs. Romance feels like a reprised version of her first album. It does take some risks with its production here and there, but mostly follows pop cliches. Romance lacks Camila's personality in some parts, and also feels like it was engineered for mass appeal. Once again, it's not bad, it has its glimmers of hope sprinkled throughout the record, but it's just a bit impersonal at times. And I'm not just talking about the subject matter, but the style of music too, and the autotune can be so distracting. Camila's still finding her artistic presence. Although she has a sound that fits her, such as Havana, She Loves Control, and when she wants to do ballads, songs like Consequences and Dream of You, it's clear she wants to dive into different sounds instead of mastering the sound that already fits her, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I will say I can understand why this album's success was primarily driven off of the success of Señorita.